Good morning, everyone. I'd like to convene this meeting of the Government Administration and Elections Committee. And don't get too excited because I'd now like to recess this meeting of the Government Administration and Elections Committee. We'll be back in just a moment. Thank you. All right, good morning, everyone. I would like to reconvene this meeting of the Government Administration and Elections Committee. And I'd like to thank everyone for coming to our first meeting. What great attendance we have here this morning. We must be the most exciting thing happening in the building today. And in a moment, I'm going to ask my co-chair to give some brief remarks, and then we'll have all the members of the committee introduce themselves for the first time, since this is our first meeting of this term. And then we'll introduce the staff and we'll get into the bulk of the business of our meeting here today. So good morning. My name is May Flexer. I am the Senate Chair of the Government Administration and Elections Committee, and I'm a state senator for the 29th District, which includes Thompson, Putnam, Killingly, Pomfret, Brooklyn, Canterbury, Scotland, Wyndham, and Mansfield. And I'm glad to be returning back as chair of this committee, where we do some really important work. With that, I'd like to introduce my co-chair, Representative Blumenthal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm Matt Blumenthal, State Representative for the 147th District for Stamford, and I'm the House Chairman of the Government Administration and Elections Committee. It's a great honor to be back helping do the really important work of this committee. And I'm really excited to work with all the wonderful legislators, some returning, some new to this committee, and all the staff and advocates who are so important to helping us form good legislation to serve the people of this state. So thanks to everyone for being here today. You're saved my presence for this meeting, at least, but I'm looking forward to seeing you all very soon. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Next, I'll have the ranking members give some brief remarks and introduce themselves, and then the vice chairs, and then all the members. I'll start to my left and then to my right. So Senator Sampson.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman. Good morning. Good morning to everyone in the room. I'm delighted to see a full house today. There's no fireworks or anything that's, but I will try and be entertaining just the same. Glad to be back on the committee. I'm State Senator Rob Sampson. I represent the 16th District, which is 5 towns, my hometown of Wolcott, but also Southington, Cheshire, Prospect, and Waterbury. This is my what is it, 3rd term, I think, in the state Senate. Before that, I served 4 terms in the state House, and I've been on this GAE committee for quite some time, and I've always enjoyed it. It's maybe the driest committee in the building, but we do some very, very important work here, and hopefully we'll be able to do some positive things for the state of Connecticut. This agenda is largely a Democratic agenda, but I'm hoping that maybe the next one that comes out will have a few more Republican items. Hint, hint, Madam Chairman. And with that, I'll welcome everyone, and especially our new members, for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Representative Mastro-Francesco.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Hi, everyone. Welcome. It's honored to be back here again. Welcome to the new members. I see some new faces on our committee this year, so welcome. I would say you're in for a ride of your life. It's a great, exciting committee, believe it or not. I'm State Representative Gail Mastro-Francesco. I represent the town of Wolcott and Southington, and I've been on this committee since I got elected back in 2018. Looking forward to working with everybody, and hopefully we can correct any issues that we have with elections. I know early voting there were some hiccups in that need to be fixed. So I'm hoping we can work to fix that. But again, welcome everyone. It's an honor to be here. I'm looking forward to working. I would echo Senator Sampson's comments as well. I hope going forward we can work in a bipartisan fashion and see some Republican items on our agenda going forward. But thank you.
Thank you. Senator Honig.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Paul Honig. I'm the state senator for the 8th District, which has 11 towns: Simsbury, Avon, Canton, New Hartford, Harwinton, where I live, Torrington, Norfolk, Colebrook, Barkhamsted, Heartland, and Granby. I am delighted to be here on the GAE committee as vice chair. I've previously been to public hearings here and testified, and really excited to be on this side of the room and doing this important work that this committee does. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Representative Morin-Bello.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here. I am Representative Amy Morin-Bello from the 28th District. I represent the residents of Weathersfield. This is my third term as a legislator and my third term on this committee. I enjoy the work and I enjoy working with the leadership on the committee and look forward to doing some good work.
Thank you. We'll have the members introduce themselves. I'll start all the way to the left with Representative Haddad and then just go down the row if that's okay with everyone.
Sure. Thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Greg Haddad. I represent the 54th State House District. That includes most, but not all of Mansfield. This is my sixth term on this committee, and I look forward to working with my colleagues on important issues.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Representative Dominic Johnson, representing the 143rd District, parts of Norwalk and Westport, and really happy to join you all on this committee for my first time at the beginning of my second term. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Hilda Santiago, the state rep from the great city of Meriden, center of the universe. And happy to be here. I think this is my fourth term on this committee. Always enjoyed it, have fun. Welcome to the new members. And yeah, we're in for a ride this year. So welcome, everyone. Thank you for the introductions, and I'm happy to be here. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Nick Menapace. I'm a freshman delegate from the 37th District, representing East Lyme, Salem, and Montville. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm as a civics teacher, I'm very excited to get started.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Representative MJ Shannon from the 117th District, part that includes parts of Milford, West Haven, and Orange. I'm honored to be on such an important committee here, and I look forward to working with everyone and working with all of our colleagues that we have around the table today. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Bronco.
Good morning. I'm Representative Seth Bronco. I represent the 70th District, which is Naugatuck. I'm glad to be back on the committee here for my second term in the House. I'm ready to get to work, and I'm hopeful we'll be out of here by 6 p.m. today.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Representative Christy Carpino. I represent the 32nd House District, the good people of Cromwell and Portland. I'm happy to be back on this committee. We have some important issues to address, and I'm looking forward to an efficient and well-planned term here.
Thank you. And now I will call on the members who are present online. I will start with Representative Osborne and then Senator Winfield, and I'll call on you each individually. Representative Osborne.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Thank you very much. I would note that I am a new vice chair on GAE, and I'm thrilled to be here and joining this team. I'm kind of a rules nerd, so I'm really looking forward to digging in. I represent Simsbury, all of Simsbury, only Simsbury, and this is my second term serving in the General Assembly. So thank you very much, and I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you, Representative. Senator Winfield, followed by Representative Rosario.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Senator Gary Winfield. I represent New Haven and West Haven. It's the 10th District. Some folks might think this is a new assignment for me, but it's a return. I actually once chaired this committee, so happy to be back.
Thank you, Senator. Representative Rosario, followed by Representative Gauthier.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Chris Rosario, representing the 128th District, great city of Bridgeport. This is my sixth term in the legislature and third term on GAE. Look forward to working with you all.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Gauthier, who will be followed finally by Representative Hoxha.
Good morning. Thank you, Madam Chair. Glad to be here. I am Representative Nick Gauthier, representing the 38th District, Waterford and Montville. This is my first term in the legislature, so also my first term on this committee. And very glad to be here and to get to work. So, thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Hoxha.
Hello, Madam Chair. Good morning, everyone. This is State Representative Joe Hoxha, representing the 78th District, Bristol and Plymouth. I was not able to join in person today, But I look forward to working with all of you in person at the next meeting. GAE is a very important committee and one of my favorites that I serve on. This will be the second term that I'm serving on both GAE and as a state representative. And I look forward to hearing all the ideas and concepts that we're going to have come through this committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Representative, and thank you all for those brief introductions. We want to welcome you all to this committee, and we're excited to work with you in the weeks and months to come. I also want to take this opportunity to introduce our staff. We are very lucky in this committee to have incredible, dedicated, hardworking staff that get assigned to this committee. Some of them have worked with us for many years, and we're grateful for their work because the work that they do largely behind the scenes is what helps us move the business of this committee forward. And so I want to start by welcoming and thanking our LCO attorneys, Shannon McCarthy and Michael Tellerico, our OLR, Office of Legislative Research analysts, Matt Frame and Lee Hansen, and our analyst from the Office of Fiscal Analysis, Taylor Morris. I also want to thank our committee clerk, Valentina Mametti, who does the work of coordinating all the members and all the staff to move the work of this committee forward. And our two assistant clerks for this year are Gabriel Marquez, and Pam Bianca. Thank you both for your work, and we're excited to work with you moving forward as well. With that, we will move on to item number 4 on our agenda, concepts to be raised. And we're going to start by marking the agenda with the items where there is consensus to raise these concepts. There are a number of concepts where there's bipartisan consensus, and so we're going to put those on the consent calendar. I am going to name all of those items, and then I will explain each one of them individually before we have a discussion and a vote on the consent calendar. So the items that will be on our consent calendar are that are proposed, I should say, for our consent calendar are item number 1. An act concerning fees for copying, reviewing, and redacting records created by police, body-worn recording equipment, and dashboard cameras. Folks who are returning to this committee will recognize this proposal in the past. This is an initiative that the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association has been asking for a number of years to meet some challenges that they've had with the maintenance of these records. Item number 2 for our consent calendar is an act establishing an exemption from disclosure for hate crime task force records. This was also a proposal the committee considered last year, where the hate crimes task force is having some challenges with the disclosure of certain records for their work. Item number 5 is proposed for our consent calendar, an act concerning referenda, independent expenditures, and other campaign finance changes. Representative Blumenthal.
Morning. Thank you, Madam Chair. This is an item that we entertained last session, and it would make a number of changes to our record-keeping laws around campaign finance and independent expenditures, changing definition of the codifying the definition of independent expenditure political committee, classifying certain PACs for referenda, expanding certain disclosure requirements, increasing certain maximum penalties for failing to file reports related to independent expenditures, and modifying PAC registration statements, among other assorted changes. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Also proposed for our consent calendar is item number 6, an act concerning the recommendations of the Risk Limiting Audits Working Group. This is, again, a proposal that has been before this committee for quite some time. It's a proposal that's enjoyed bipartisan support, and frankly, the reason it hasn't been able to move forward in the past has been the cost. But I'm really hopeful that this year, because we continue to have bipartisan support for this, that we'll be able to move forward with the recommendations from the Risk Limiting Auditing Task Force or Working Group. Item number 8 is also proposed for our consent calendar, an act concerning the legislative commissioner's recommendations for minor and technical revisions to the government administration and election statutes. For those members that are new, you'll see this in most committees that the legislative commissioner's office comes forward with a proposal for technical revisions to statutory language, and that's what this bill will include. Item number 11 that's proposed for our consent calendar is an act implementing the recommendations of the State Contracting Standards Board. Again, this is a proposal that has been before the committee before to strengthen the operations of the State Contracting Standards Board. Item number 13 is proposed for our consent calendar, an act concerning state contracts with nonprofit human services providers. This proposal was before this committee last year to expedite the payment process for nonprofit human service providers and ensure that they're being able to get the resources they need to do their work in a timely fashion. Item number 14 is proposed for our consent calendar, an act increasing various monetary thresholds under the state codes of ethics. This was a proposal that was before the committee last year that we worked closely with the Office of State Ethics on recognizing that some of the limits in our existing code of ethics are a little outdated, a little bit low, and so adjusting those thresholds to meet today's costs. Item number 19 is proposed for our consent calendar. A resolution memorializing Congress to rescind previous applications of the General Assembly calling for an Article 5 convention to propose amendments to the Constitution of the United States. Representative Blumenthal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is another proposal that we entertained last year in this committee. And the background is basically that on two previous occasions in 1949 and I believe in 1953, this General Assembly sent applications for a constitutional convention on two issues to the Congress, one about creating a world government and another about interstate taxation. And this resolution would really just rescind those calls for a constitutional convention on those subjects. Thanks, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Next proposed for our consent calendar is item number 23, an act concerning artificial intelligence, deceptive synthetic media, and elections. Representative Blumenthal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is another proposal that we entertained and worked on last year. As everyone knows, deepfakes, especially enabled by artificial intelligence, are an increasing problem, especially related to elections. This bill would generally ban deepfakes related to elections and candidates within a set time period before the election, while creating a number of exceptions and exemptions to ensure that it complies with the First Amendment. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And item number 24 is proposed for our consent calendar, an act concerning various campaign finance reforms. Representative Blumenthal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is another proposal that we entertained last year in this committee. This bill makes a number of changes to our state campaign finance laws to increase accountability and oversight, including formalizing certain practices related to treasurers, exempting certain attributions requirements and creating others, and streamlining certain processes related to record keeping. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Also proposed for our consent calendar is item number 25, an act concerning the membership and processes of the Connecticut Siting Council. Representative Blumenthal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As some people may be aware, one of the elements of the cost on your electric bill is related to capital projects done by the utilities, which are reimbursed at a guaranteed profit. Those projects are approved by a body called the Connecticut Siting Council. Last year, we entertained a bill on this subject, and ultimately, while our bill did not pass, a bill did pass to reform the processes of the Siting Council to ensure that proper transparency, accountability, and oversight is made over those projects in the interests of the ratepayers, people of Connecticut, and the maintenance of our grid. We are going to pursue additional measures based on what we accomplished last session to follow up to ensure that we are protecting the ratepayers and the people of Connecticut. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And finally proposed for our consent calendar is item number 26, an act concerning state contracting and in-network health coverage of major healthcare entities. Representative Blumenthal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As again, some people may be aware, this is a new proposal, and as some may have heard in the news, there have been a number of extended and potentially problematic negotiations or negotiating periods between certain health insurers and certain major health networks in our state, which happen to serve large numbers of people, and especially state employees and city employees and as a result, those health insurers are paid large amounts of state money to ensure that those people are covered for their health care. The status of those negotiations has thrown into jeopardy the coverage and the affordability of the healthcare for many of those individuals. And as a result, this bill will take a look at whether and under what circumstances health insurers who jeopardize their insureds and receive lots of state money as through those insureds should receive state money if they're willing to jeopardize whether those insureds' healthcare will be covered and affordable. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. And that concludes the list of concepts that are proposed to be raised in a consent calendar vote. Is there any further discussion? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I can't make a motion. Yes.
So moved.
Okay, Representative Morin Bello moves that those items be raised. Items number 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 11, 13, 14, 19, 23, 24, 25, and 26. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made by Representative Moore, seconded by Representative Santiago. Is there any further discussion? Senator Sampson.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman, and forgive me for my unwillingness to move those items to the agenda. I'll just say, very briefly that, we went through this entire agenda. Many of these items are, as was previously mentioned, topics and, in fact, repeats of bills that were debated and voted on in the last cycle. So we know what the content is. Traditionally, concepts are very basic and generally supported simply because, we're willing to have a conversation and have a hearing and find out about what the topic and what potential bill language might appear. But because we already know some of that in a lot of these cases, you'll see some no votes on some of the items on the agenda. But for the items that we just put on the consent calendar, the minority has agreed that we are willing to hear these topics. I just wanted to point out that our willingness to have public hearings and learn more about each of these concepts is in no way an indicator of how we're going to vote on the final product. I mean, it's very possible that, we hear some of these items and ultimately end up voting no. In fact, there's a couple of them where I'm very much in favor of the concept, including the artificial intelligence bill, but in practice, I didn't think that the language was suitable and prudent for Connecticut. And I think I ended up voting no on that bill last year. I hope that this time around, our willingness to participate and be a part of that conversation ends up with, content and some policy that we can all support in a bipartisan fashion. So I just wanted to get that on the record, that a yes vote on these concepts is not a guarantee that we're going to support them in the end, just that we have a willingness to engage on the topic and hear it out. Thank you so much, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Senator. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on the consent calendar?
Flexer.
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal.
Blumenthal votes yes.
Honig.
Honig votes yes.
Morin Bello.
Morin Bello votes yes.
Osborne.
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is yes.
Mastro Francesco,
Yes.
Bronco,
Yes.
Carpino,
Yes.
Monticello,
Yes.
Gauthier,
Representative Gauthier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Rep. Hoxa votes yes.
Johnson,
Representative Johnson votes yes.
Menapace,
Representative Menapace votes yes.
Rosario,
Rep. Rosario votes yes. Rep. Rosario votes yes.
thank you. Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Rep. Shannon votes yes.
Winfield,
Senator Winfield, in the affirmative.
thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next, concept to be raised, item number 3, resolution proposing a state constitutional amendment concerning discrimination on the basis of sex under the Equal Protection Clause. This is a proposal that we have debated in this committee in the past to expand the existing protections of our state's Equal Protection Clause. Motion to raise item number 3 has been made by Representative Morin-Bello, seconded by Representative Haddad. Is there any further discussion? Representative Mastro Francesco.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair, Senator. So, as we go through these bills, as Senator Sampson said, on the ones that we did on the consent calendar, we pretty much agree to hear them. And what's good really right now is that we know what these bills are because we did them last year. And a lot of committees, we just get concepts and we have no idea of what the bills are, which is really concerning. But we actually kind of know what the language is going to be on these bills that we're going to be talking about shortly. And a lot of them that we disagreed with, whether it's a bill or a concept. And when it comes to changing our Constitution, it's very serious. It needs a lot of discussion, a lot of debate, and a lot of those topics are very sensitive. This particular bill, I believe our committee unanimously voted against it to come out of committee. I'm assuming that the language would be the same. So personally, for me personally, I wouldn't support it. But that's really just the consensus going forward. Here we're talking about the Equal Protection Clause, the basis of sex under the Equal Protection Clause, discrimination. And obviously we all have different opinions about this. And certainly when we get the bill and everybody gets the language, we'll have a more of a robust debate on it. So I'll be a no on this today. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Is there any further discussion? Senator Sampson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Not to belabor the point, but is it, I won't hold you to it 100%, but is it your plan that this is going to more or less be the same as Senate Joint Resolution number 4 from the last 2024 session?
That is the intention.
Thank you, man. Just trying to find that word. Yeah. This bill, if folks remember, it would effectively put into our Constitution protections for abortion, including what I would describe as abortion up until birth. There are also would be protections for gender affirming care. That's sex change operations for people born before 1990. And I'm adamantly opposed to both of those things being part of our Constitution. So I'm going to oppose this as well today. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on raising item number 3?
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Honig,
Honig votes yes.
Morin-Bello,
Morin-Bello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Master Francesco,
No.
Bronco,
No.
Carpino,
Yes.
Pancello,
No.
Gothier,
Representative Gothier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Rep. Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Menapace,
Yes.
Rosario,
Rep. Rosario votes in the affirmative.
Representative, I apologize. I will need you to repeat your vote one more time, please.
Representative Rosario votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Rep. Shannon votes yes.
Winfield.
Senator Winfield, in the affirmative.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item number 4, a resolution proposing an amendment to the state constitution regarding environmental rights. The chair would entertain a motion to raise this concept.
So moved.
Motion has been made by Representative Blumenthal, seconded by Representative Morin-Bello.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there, this proposal is similar to a proposal we considered last year and is modeled after state constitutional amendments in a variety of states, red states and blue states alike, guaranteeing stronger protections for our environment and an individual's right to a clean environment. Is there any discussion? Senator Sampson.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. As you just mentioned, so this is the same as Senate Joint Resolution 193 from 2024, I believe. And, I'll just say, we went back and forth on this. I mean, because clearly, something that sounds so good as creating protections for our environment and ensuring that everyone has a right to a clean and healthy air, water, soil, and so on. It sounds like a very good thing, except that what happens in practice is this ends up creating a cause of action for individual citizens and property owners against one another, individuals and citizens and property owners against their municipalities and other jurisdictions, including the state. And effectively what we do with legislation like this is open the floodgates for litigation. We are certainly advocates for protecting our environment. We are certainly advocates for providing clean, healthy air, water, and so on, like anyone is. But we've seen in other states where similar constitutional language has been applied that there have been significant negative consequences. I'm going to oppose this today. I have no doubt that it's going to move forward regardless. And I can promise that when we get to a debate on this bill in the future, it's going to be eye-opening at the very least, because there is so much more to this topic than just a simple what I consider to be more of a virtue signaling proposal than real policy. So I'll be a no today. Thank you, Madam President, or Madam Chair.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll for raising item number 4?
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Honig,
Honig votes yes.
Morin-Bello,
Morin-Bello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Master Francesco,
Master Francesco votes no.
Bronco,
No.
Carpino,
No.
Pancello,
No.
Gothier,
Representative Gothier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Rep. Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Menapace,
Menapace votes yes.
Rosario,
Rep. Rosario votes yes.
Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Rep. Shannon votes yes.
Winfield,
Senator Winfield, in the affirmative.
thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Our next concept to be raised is item number 7, an act concerning the adoption of municipal conflict of interest provisions. This proposal, again, has been before this committee in the past. It came to us previously from the Office of State Ethics and is an effort to strengthen municipal conflict of interest provisions. Many municipalities in our state do not have these provisions, or their provisions are very weak. And so this proposal seeks to change that and strengthen conflict of interest provisions in towns. Are there any, is there a motion to raise this concept? Motion has been made by Senator Honig, seconded by Representative Morin Bello. Is there any further discussion? Representative Mastro Francesco.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, Madam Chair, I'm assuming this is the same bill. The language most likely will be the same. I would think the last time it was Senate Bill 255 in 2024. And if anybody knows me and a lot of members on this committee, we don't like town mandates going to our towns. We feel that they should make their own decisions on how to run their town. I don't know. It's possible this language may change as it comes before us, and we'll certainly debate it. But from what I know of this bill from last year, putting a mandate on the town, I cannot support it today. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Honig,
Honig votes yes.
Morinbello,
Morinbello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Senator Sampson is no.
Mastro Francesco,
No.
Bronco,
No.
Rapino,
Yes.
Moncello, Moncello,
No.
Gauthier,
Representative Gauthier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Rep. Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Menapace,
Yes.
Rosario,
Rosario votes in the affirmative.
Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Rep. Shannon votes yes.
Winfield,
Senator Winfield, in the affirmative.
thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. A next concept to be raised on our agenda is item number 9, an act increasing funding for the community investment account. Again, this is a proposal this committee considered last year. The community investment account, as many members will know, has been set up for more than a decade and puts aside investments for historic preservation, farmland preservation, affordable housing, and has some particular supports for the dairy industry. This proposal would increase the funding that is available for these programs and for these investments. Is there a motion? Motion is made by Senator Honig and seconded by Representative Shannon. Is there further discussion? Senator Sampson.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Just briefly, this apparently is going to be the same as Senate Bill 351 from the 2024 session. My concern with that bill at the time was not the funding of the community investment account. I certainly would support that. I just believe it should be done through the appropriate appropriations process rather than increasing the fees on land records. That was the proposal last time, was a $5 increase on land records. And for that reason, I'll be a no. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Honig,
Honig votes yes.
Morinbello,
Bello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Master Francesco,
No.
Bronco,
No.
Carpino,
Yes.
Pancello,
No.
Gothier,
Representative Gothier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Rep. Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Menapace, Menapace, Rosario,
Rosario votes in the affirmative.
Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Rep. Shannon votes yes.
Winfield.
Senator Winfield, in the affirmative.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item on our agenda is item number 10, concept to be raised, an act designating Indigenous Peoples' Day as a legal holiday. Is there a motion? Motion has been made by Representative Santiago and seconded by Representative Haddad. Thank you. Is there, this proposal was before our committee last year, and it's our intention to draft it similarly to the way we did last year, soliciting input on Indigenous people from our state in particular as to which day should be designated as Indigenous Peoples' Day here in Connecticut. Is there further discussion on this proposal? Yes, Representative Master Francesca.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So this bill, again, we did last year. I believe the language would be the same as Senate Bill 388 that was done last year. And I believe in that bill that we did last year, this was a paid holiday. Is that correct?
That's
Would that be
correct.
the same?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Honig,
Honig votes yes.
Morinbello,
Bello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Master Francesco,
No.
Bronco,
No.
Carpino, Carpino, Pancello,
No.
Gothier,
Representative Gothier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Rep. Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Menapace, Rosario,
Rosario votes in the affirmative.
Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Yes.
Winfield.
Senator Winfield, in the affirmative.
Jack, are you still on general law?
Thank you, Madam
No,
Chair.
I got off because
Madam Clerk, are you finished?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Next is item number 12, an act establishing an exemption from disclosure for certain higher education records pertaining to teaching or research under the Freedom of Information Act. Is there a motion? Motion to raise has been made by Representative Haddad, seconded by Representative Moore Bello. This also is a proposal this committee has reviewed in the past about higher education records and limiting the access to them in certain circumstances. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Koenig,
Honig votes yes.
Morinbello,
Morinbello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Mastro Francesco,
No.
Bronco,
No.
Carpino, Pancello,
No.
Gothier,
Representative Gothier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Rep. Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Renapes, Rosario,
Rosario in the affirmative.
Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Rep. Shannon votes yes.
Winfield,
Did you, I'm sorry, I'm in two meetings. Did you call me?
it's okay. Yes.
Yeah, Senator Winfield in the affirmative.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Next concept to be raised is item number 15, an act concerning revisions to the Freedom of Information Act concerning the non-disclosure of addresses for certain public agency employees. The chair would entertain a motion to raise this concept. Motion has been made by Senator Honig, seconded by Representative Moore Bello. Again, this is a proposal this committee has seen in the past regarding the non-disclosure of home addresses for public employees. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Koenig,
Honig votes yes.
Morinbello,
Morinbello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Mastro Francesco,
No.
Bronco,
No.
Carpino, Pancello,
No.
Gothier,
Representative Gothier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Rep. Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Menapes, Rosario,
Rosario in the affirmative.
Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Yes.
Winfield,
Senator Winfield in the affirmative.
thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next concept to be raised is item number 16, an act concerning election administration oversight. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion has been made by Representative Moore Bello, seconded by Representative Santiago. Again, this is a proposal the committee considered last year to strengthen statewide response to the administration of elections. Is there any further discussion? Seeing Senator Sampson.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Sorry, I just got to respond to that very briefly. Certainly, election integrity is something that this committee is very, very concerned about. And I certainly am personally. Our objection to this bill last year, which was Senate Bill 441, I believe, was that this was creating a state oversight committee effectively made up of some of the state officers, including the treasurer for whatever reason. I just didn't think that that was the most appropriate mechanism to enforce our election laws. And I'll be opposing it again today. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Honig,
Honig votes yes.
Morinbello,
Morinbello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Mastro Francesco,
Mastro Francesco votes no.
Bronco,
No.
Carpino, Pancello,
No.
Gothier,
Representative Gothier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Rep. Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Menapace, Rosario,
Rosario in the affirmative.
Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Rep. Shannon votes yes.
Winfield,
Senator Winfield, in the affirmative.
thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The next concept to be raised is item number 17, a resolution proposing a state constitutional amendment to allow individuals who have attained the age of 16 to apply for admission as electors and to be so admitted upon attaining the age of 18. Is there a motion? Motion has been made by Senator Honig, seconded by Representative Santiago. This is a proposal that has been before the committee in the past, and it does exactly as the title of the concept says it does. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Honig,
Honig votes yes.
Morinbello,
Morinbello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Mastro Francesco,
No.
Bronco,
No.
Carpino, Pancello,
No.
Gothier,
Representative Gothier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Rep. Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Menapace, Rosario,
Rosario in the affirmative.
Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Shannon votes yes.
Winfield,
Senator Winfield, in the affirmative.
thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The next concept to be raised is item number 18, a resolution ratifying the proposed amendment to the Constitution of the United States permitting Congress to regulate child labor. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion has been made by Representative Haddad, seconded by Representative Santiago. Representative Blumenthal.
So roughly a century ago, the Congress sent to the states a constitutional amendment to allow it to regulate child labor. And it had no time limit on ratification. And this measure would ratify it under Connecticut's, would ratify it on behalf of Connecticut. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Is there any further discussion? Senator Sampson.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Just briefly, I can understand people seeing this and wondering why anyone would vote no, but it's very simple. We just simply believe that the state should be making our child labor laws and not taking direction necessarily from the federal government. That's all.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Koenig,
Koenig votes yes.
Morin-Bello,
Morin-Bello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Master Francesco,
No.
Bronco,
No.
Carpino, Moncello,
No.
Gothier,
Representative Gothier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Rep. Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Menapace, Rosario,
Rosario in the affirmative.
Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Rep. Shannon votes yes.
Winfield.
Senator Winfield, in the affirmative.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Our next item for consideration is item number 20, an act making certain terms in electronic book and digital audiobook license agreements or contracts unenforceable. The chair would entertain a motion to raise this concept. Motion has been made by Representative Morin-Bello. Is there a second? There is a second by Senator Hoenig. Representative Blumenthal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is another proposal that we entertained last year. As many may be aware, there's been issues with public libraries gaining access to ebooks as a result of being forced to accept certain onerous terms that waste taxpayer resources. This bill would regulate the terms that public libraries are able to accept using the purchasing power of the state to enforce the best terms possible for the taxpayers to utilize their resources efficiently. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Representative Master Francesco.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes. So this particular bill, we pretty much had a hefty debate on it last year, and it was House Bill number 5312. The issue we have here with this is that the state is interfering with a private contract. And that's really the area that we oppose, and it really harms the authors of books and audio, and that's why we opposed it. Not something I'd even want to see raised again as a concept, because the state has no business interfering with a private contract. So that's where we're coming from on that. Madam Chair, I'll be a no on this today.
Thank you, Representative. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Koenig,
Koenig votes yes.
Morin-Bello,
Morin-Bello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Master Francesco,
No.
Bronco,
No.
Carpino, Moncello,
No.
Gothier,
Representative Gothier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Menapace,
Rep. Menapace votes yes.
Rosario,
Rosario in the affirmative.
Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Shannon votes yes.
Winfield.
Winfield, in the affirmative.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The next item for consideration is item number 21, an act concerning an evaluation of the updating of state forms and applications to include a non-binary gender option. The chair would entertain a motion to raise this concept. Motion has been made by Senator Hoenig, seconded by Representative Shannon. Representative Blumenthal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is another proposal that we entertained last year. It does essentially what the title says it does. It would mandate that state agencies change certain forms to allow for a non-binary gender option. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Honig,
Honig votes yes.
Morinbello,
Morinbello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Mastro Francesco,
No.
Bronco,
No.
Carpino,
Yes.
Moncello,
No.
Gothier,
Representative Gothier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Menapace,
Rep. Menapace votes yes.
Rosario,
Rosario in the affirmative.
Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Rep. Shannon votes yes.
Winfield,
Senator Winfield in the affirmative.
thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. And our last item for consideration today is item number 22, an act concerning the purchase of print and digital advertising by the state. The chair would entertain a motion to raise this concept. Motion has been made by Senator Honig and seconded by Representative Morinbello. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Flexer,
Senator Flexer votes yes.
Blumenthal,
Blumenthal votes yes.
Honig,
Honig votes yes.
Morinbello,
Morinbello votes yes.
Osborne,
Osborne votes yes.
Sampson,
Sampson is no.
Mastro Francesco,
Mastro Francesco votes no.
Bronco,
No.
Carpino,
Yes.
Moncello,
No.
Gothier,
Representative Gothier, yes.
Haddad,
Yes.
Hoxa,
Rep. Hoxa votes no.
Johnson,
Rep. Johnson votes yes.
Menapace,
Yes.
Rosario,
Rosario in the affirmative.
Santiago,
Yes.
Shannon,
Shannon votes yes.
Winfield,
Senator Winfield in the affirmative.
thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. That finishes the concepts we were considering at today's meeting. I want to thank everyone for their time and attention and this good start to our work this year. And this meeting will be in recess until 1 p.m. Thank you. Because we are in recess, all votes are open until 1 p.m.
Hello. Valentina?
Yes, hello.
Hello. Sorry, I just missed, I had to step away for a second. What just happened? Is the meeting over or?
We are in recess until 1 p.m.
Okay, so we're reconvening at 1? Or-
No, no, the meeting is over. We're holding votes open until 1 p.m.
Oh, but yeah, we're not coming back at 1.
No.
Okay. But yeah, so since I, voted on everything that was in front of us, that means there's nothing left for me to do for this meeting.
That's right. That's what it means. So you're all set for GAE today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks for helping me with that.